Okay. Let's see. Once YouTube says it's receiving content, check 1 2. Check 1 2. It's Chase Oliver here. So we're going to get started. Unsupported resolution. Oh no. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? Hmm. Alright, it says I'm live. It says I'm live. It says for whatever reason I have unsupported resolution. I don't know what that means. We'll find out here on the Chase Oliver channel. Let's see if we can get this stream going. Anyways, what is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to the channel. I'm looking at the unsupported resolution. It looks good on my end. It doesn't seem like it's bad. It sounds good on my end. It is what it is. But hello, good morning to you guys. Recovering from that Royal Rumble hangover. Literally recovering from that Royal Rumble hangover, man. Had way too many Coronas last night. Couldn't do a stream. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If I would have tried to do a stream last night, it would have been a disaster because I would have probably fallen asleep live on the stream. But I did watch Royal Rumble drunk, and then I did wake up, and I watched Royal Rumble sober. And by golly gee, just letting you know, this show was way too long. Holy schmolies. Now, I didn't watch the pre-show on my second going. But if you combine the pre-show with the stuff that you saw on the main card, oh god, it was way too long. And this is the thing. I get it. WWE has the network. They're able to expand and do a lot more. But they really need to cut the time down on these shows. One of the things that TakeOver has on the advantage over the main roster, and I'll always give TakeOver disadvantage in NXT, is at least they know how to time manage. Like NXT TakeOvers, yeah, sometimes a match will go super long and everything, but when it comes down to it, at least it's like, okay, I know this show starts at this time, and it will most likely end at that time, if anything, a little like 30 minutes over. You know, like that's like the worst for a TakeOver. WWE, you expect this thing to end at 8 p.m. or for at least for me 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 11 p.m. your guy Eastern Time, and it's just like, okay, that's good enough. That's all I really need. But man, with WWE, man, they will expand that. This show did not end till almost like 9 o'clock. And like I said, if you were watching the pre-show, which the matches started at 3, but let's say you were a dedicated human being and you watched the pre-show at 2. Oh my god, dude, that's too much. Too much professional wrestling. And there is such a thing as too much. And especially when it's like a show like the Royal Rumble, where you have 2 matches that are going to drag in certain spots in the Rumble matches themselves. You really need to know. You really need to know how to manage your time better. That's why in the past the Royal Rumble would have like such short match cards when people would be like, oh, why is there only like 3 undercard matches? Well, there's a reason why. Because these Rumble matches in themselves go at least 45 minutes to an hour. Nowadays, an hour for WWE. And then the matches that you put on the card tend to go at least 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, WWE Royal Rumble 2019. What an event this was. I would say that my overall thoughts of this event was it was an alright show. Like, this show wasn't one of the shows where I said, you know what, man, this was a great show. This was an alright show. I was just like, it's alright. Like, you know, when people say, like, hey, what did you think about Rumble? Did you think it was a bad or good show? Or do you think that this show was one of the better shows from WWE? I'll be like, it was alright. And that's how WWE kind of feels nowadays. It's either bad or it's just alright. And for your big 4 pay-per-views, when I'm just getting, it's alright. That's not really a good feeling. That's not really a feeling of positivity. And I know some people love this show. And that's your prerogative if you loved this show. Like I say on the Chase Oliver channel, all opinions are welcome. You don't have to agree with me. No, y'all can have your own opinions. But just respect and listen to mine. That's all I ask. I just do this because I like giving my opinions and I love giving my thoughts. So overall, Royal Rumble. I'm not really going to talk about the pre-show matches all that much. It really did feel like the crowd was just not into the pre-show. Like, they were probably just, like, out of it. Heck, this whole crowd, minus certain parts of this show, was just kind of bleh. I don't know if it was the acoustics in the baseball stadium and it just didn't transition well on TV, but a lot of the matches of the night, the crowd just didn't seem to care. They were just kind of like hands on their asses, just waiting for something to happen. Like the only times where I could legit hear a pop from the crowd was when Becky won, when Titus pretended he was going to slide but he didn't, and what happened to Nia Jax in the men's rumble. Those were the only times like I ever heard the crowd like legit pop or anything. Everything else, like hands on their feet, whispers and everything like that. So we kicked off the Royal Rumble 2019 with the Women's Championship match from SmackDown Live. Asuka versus Becky, the man versus Asuka. No one's ready for Asuka. As far as an opening match went, I was kind of surprised that this one went on first because I figured they would probably want to get a match that would get the crowd going. And not to say Becky and Asuka can't wrestle that style, but normally you always kind of give a high-paced, fast-action match. So I really thought AJ and Bryan was going to be that match, considering it was the WWE Championship match and one of the matches on the card. People were kind of like, we don't really care what happens there. The match itself was solid between Becky and Asuka. They did their thing. They seemed to have really solid chemistry with each other. But the one complaint, the ending to this match was very, very doo-doo. Very, very, very doo-doo. Becky Lynch just taps out. She taps out like she's Conor McGregor against Khabib. She literally went, it's just business. That's pretty much what she was. She tapped out like her brother Conor. And I was sitting there and I was like that meme with that one guy going, when he does that with his arms crossed and he's just like, he just can't believe it. I was like, all right, Becky tapped out. Why did you do that? What was the purpose of the man tapping out? Now, I understand you want Asuka to win, but why you have Becky tap? There could have been a more badass way for Becky Lynch to lose here. She had to tap out like she's Conor McGregor, like, oh, it's just business? Golly gee, that was not good booking whatsoever. And then especially when you get down to later in the night, it becomes even worse. But we will get there when we get there. We will get to that olive branch a little bit later. Let's talk about the WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. The co-besties taking on the Bar. For a lot of people I've seen on Twitter and just in general, they said this was the worst match of the night. I disagree. I found the match a little bit more entertaining than the WWE Championship match. Shane doing the shooting star press was cool. And really, to be honest, that's about it. The match was just kind of there. It was kind of forgettable. Once again, the Bar losing to rando tag teams. That's always another pet peeve of mine in wrestling, when established tag teams lose to the random ones. Like, how are you going to have someone that's been established, people that are actually, like, they know how to work together, and they end up losing to the random team? It is what it is. Then we get to the Raw Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks. It was clear WWE was like, all right, we want to get the women's title matches out of the way before the Women's Rumble, because they wanted you to have any expectation going into the Women's Royal Rumble, which was kind of cool. And that way you also had the idea of, like, who are the set champions for this Women's Rumble match. So, the Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks, obviously we knew Ronda was winning because Sasha Banks with the RBF, that resting bitch face, oh man, it was on full effect. She did not care. When she did her entrance and she did that little hip thing she loves doing, she didn't even try, dude. She was pissed that she had to put Ronda over. And look, Sasha's a really good performer, but she really needs to stop with that. She really needs to stop with the resting bitch face. It's just bad. It doesn't look good. Sorry, sweetie. It just doesn't. So she didn't look like she cared. And the thing about this Ronda and Sasha match, it feels like with a lot of matches that Ronda, with people she's not either friends, really close friends with, or really tight with, they always start off really sloppy and botchy. But it's not like really terrible. It's more of like you feel the realism in it. Like, you can just tell she doesn't like what she's freaking doing. Like, that's what you feel like. And it can come off good, but it can also come off bad. It just depends on what you like. But the beginning of this match was just bleh. My favorite spot, obviously, in the beginning of the match was when Ronda was doing the Three Amigos. She goes to the fence. You want me to freaking wrestle? The Three Amigos. That was absolutely hilarious. I was dying when that spot was happening. Really good spot. And another good spot was actually near the end. Now, they had really good chain wrestling, so if you're a chain wrestling fan and you love that type of stuff, this match was for you because they had really good counters. I felt this was like the most fluid chain wrestling I've seen in quite some time in the WWE standards. But it was really good stuff when it comes down to Sasha and Ronda at the end, especially when Sasha gets the bank statement and then she has Ronda with I don't know what was part of her clothing. I guess that was the belt, and she was almost like trying to freaking choke Ronda Rousey with the belt. Oh, that was some sick stuff. I thought Ronda. Honestly, there was moments in time where I thought Ronda was going to lose. And I know better. I'm like, oh no, Ronda's winning and stuff. But, you know, they did a good job making me feel like, oh yeah, Ronda's going to lose. And that's a good thing. When you're able to make me suspend my disbelief, even as like the cynical hardcore fan, you're doing your job. And so Sasha ends up losing to Ronda after Ronda hits the Piper's Pit, which I was like, wait, she really won with the signature move? I was shocked with that. Then afterwards, some post-match shenanigans happened. Like, it was like this was supposed to be an insult. Like, Ronda Rousey was looking for a handshake, and then Sasha just goes like this. Like she's Batman, or like one of the DC Universe movies. Like, they're trying to call something here. Like this was just kind of like, whatever. I was just like, okay, it is what it is. But when it comes to Ronda, it's always funny to me when I see wrestling fans, like, they're happy that she's going to leave. And I'm like, why? A lot of her title matches are good. A lot of her matches are just good in general. Like, I don't know why people want Ronda Rousey to leave. Like, they're just, like, so happy and celebratory. Like, man, dude, I'm just saying, when it comes from a match perspective, give me Ronda Rousey over Becky Lynch. From a match perspective, I can tell you Ronda Rousey puts on better matches than Becky Lynch on a consistent basis. Unless Becky's facing Charlotte, there's not really, like, a lot of Becky Lynch matches where I'm like, yeah, that was a good match. Ronda, I feel like with everyone puts on a good match. Ronda with Nia Jax, both times were good matches. Hell, Money in the Bank was one of my personal favorite matches last year. So the ending to this match was really good, but the beginning portion is a rough portion to sit through. I'm not going to lie. For the Raw Women's Championship match, it was just rough and whatever. But it is what it is. Ronda ends up retaining. And then onwards to our first ever Royal Rumble match, the Women Royal Rumble match. Oh, God. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate in this video for it, but I just got to say it. This match was just, 45 minutes full of nothing. 45 minutes of just wasting my time. Like, and you can tell these women need to, they need at least 2 months before the Rumble. 2 months before the Rumble, before they get in there and actually try to do something. Like, oh my God. My friend's brother said it best. What are they doing? Do they even know what they're doing? That's what he literally said watching this match. Because half the time the ring was filling up and there was not really any eliminations that were like, oh. Like, the first elimination was like Liv Morgan in like 2 seconds, and that was fine, I guess. But then afterwards, the ring was filling up, and nothing really exciting was happening. It was just kind of like a blah. And I'm not saying, oh, well, the entrances that come out need to be exciting and stuff. No, you can have a good Rumble with your current crop of stars. You don't need to rely on the legends all the time. But it really felt like the Women's Royal Rumble, we need the legends or something. Like, it felt like there was like a lot of things missing in this match. Like I said, the first 45 minutes, nothing literally happens. You can literally skip to the last moment. Once Lana comes out, that's when the match actually starts. That's when the match actually felt like something. The first 45 minutes, like, oh my God, you had a bunch of girls where, like, Candice LeRae and who was that other chick that came out? I don't even know. Shine Lean also. Like, you had these random girls that came out, and no offense to them, great that they got on the card, but literally Candice LeRae came out and freaking you could hear crickets. Arizona was even, they didn't even know who Johnny Wrestling was messing around with. They were like, oh, Candice LeRae, okay, whatever. Huh. That one girl who did the Rumble save spot that I can't remember her name off the top of her head. Whatever. Like, who are these people? Who the fuck are these people? It was just kind of like, ugh. And it was almost like WWE, they were so afraid that the rest of the show would be hijacked if they didn't put Becky Lynch in this match. So they put Becky Lynch in this match. And here's the thing. I want to say this before I go on this diatribe, because I already know people are just going to be mad at me, say, oh, you're just such a dick. I'm just going to let you know. This is nothing against Becky Lynch, the wrestler. So many times when you have YouTubers rant about something, everyone thinks, oh, it's because of the wrestler. Sometimes, yes, I will rant about the wrestler sucking or not doing the best of their abilities and everything like that. I will do that. I will rant and I will rave. But this is not Becky Lynch's fault, what happened here. This is the WWE's fault. And this shows WWE has terrible storytelling. Becky Lynch went on to tap like Conor McGregor earlier in the night. And then you have it where she comes in and acting like she's a badass, making me supposed to forget that she tapped like a little fucking bitch. She's coming in acting like she's a badass, saying, put me on the match, and you will fucking see what I can do. It's like, first of all, bitch, you tapped the fuck out, so I'm not going to accept you winning this Rumble. But she comes in acting like she's a badass, acting like she has all this heart. Oh, her knee. Yeah, she is the man like Seth Rollins because she's going to the freaking knee, holding it like, she can't even sell the right knee either. Can't even decide which knee is injured. And then you have it where Becky Lynch, who literally tapped out to an Asuka lock, an inverted style of the Asuka lock, tapping out because it's just business. You had Becky Lynch tapping out like that, and then all of a sudden, now you're supposed to tell me that she has all this heart to freaking survive a knee injury and eliminate Nia Jax and Charlotte? That is just lazy. That is just terrible. That is some bullshit booking. And I had some people defend it saying, oh, well, what if it leads to Becky versus Asuka too? So you're telling me Becky Lynch entered this Rumble to get revenge on Asuka, a girl she tapped to? So what are we trying to do here? Becky Lynch is supposed to be a badass man. She's the man. She is the man. Becky Lynch is supposed to be the man. She's supposed to be the badass. And WWE is trying to like book her as like she's an underdog. Like they're going to play this in a storyline where Ronda's going to be like, you're no threat to me. You tapped out. And then everyone is going to look at Becky and Becky is going to be an underdog. And stop! How hard is it just to have... Oh my god, not even with the women characters can they have badasses. Like, here's Becky. Her whole character, why she's over is because she's a badass. Not because I'm an underdog. Oh, people doubt me all the time. Oh my gosh. WWE, dog. Like, you need to get off the underdog crap. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of every like top wrestler needing to be sympathetic. Oh, we have to feel bad for them. Oh, we always doubt them. Golly, stop. Stop with this underdog routine. Becky Lynch should not be an underdog. Like, we should not be sitting here being like, oh man, why are we getting Becky being the underdog? And like I said, this is nothing against Becky Lynch, the wrestler. It's just everything that the WWE did with her tonight, I just didn't like. Like, seriously, there was not even, like, a follow-up backstage segment. And that was another thing missing from this Rumble, was backstage segments to break up the monotony. There wasn't, like, some funny segments of people pulling out the Royal Rumble ball scene where they're entering. Like, there should have been a segment where Becky Lynch comes in and says, oh, did you see what the ref did? How he tried to cost me the match? The ref did not see Asuka do this, or like have it where Becky Lynch is not complaining, but she's like pissed off, or she wants Asuka again because she can't like just going crazy, demanding to be in the Rumble match or something. Have it where there's some follow-up so it makes Becky look like a badass, or she's demanding, or make it where, you know, Becky goes to Vince McMahon and she demands to be in the Rumble, and then Vince goes, sorry, I don't let quitters in my Rumble. And then Becky's like, you think I'm a quitter? Well, put me in that match, Vince, and I'll show you I won't quit. That would have at least been a little bit better than Becky just coming out acting like, oh, I didn't tap like it's just business. Like, seriously. Like, Becky just tapping and then coming out like she's some badass afterwards was horrendous. Like, it wasn't even believable. Like, seriously. And fans were okay with this because it's people they like. They're like, oh, it's someone I like. So I'll put all the bad booking aside and just say, I liked it. This is some Super Cena shit. Not even John Cena would tap and then win the match later in the night. Not even Charlotte would. Once again, not against Becky. I'm not the biggest Becky Lynch fan, yes, granted. But I made a video saying she's the man. I do enjoy what Becky brings to the television perspective every single week. This was on WWE. They did a terrible job telling the story with Becky Lynch. And if anything, this is what gets people to turn on Becky Lynch, especially people who aren't hardcore fans, because they're just like, why was this girl who was tapping out like McGregor all of a sudden still acting like she's some badass, and you make me believe that she has some heart and determination. No, if Becky Lynch had heart, she would have passed out to Asuka. She wouldn't have tapped, or it would have been a moment where it was like, okay, she had to tap in that situation, otherwise her arm was going to break. Or if Asuka, let's just say you wanted to go with the knee storyline here, right? Let's just say Asuka was doing the knee lock, because Asuka does have a knee lock in her submission arsenal. Let's say if Asuka was doing the knee the whole time, during the whole match with Becky with the knee, and Becky had no choice, but it was just like she's been in this hold for about 3 to 4 minutes, and she's showing the grip, but Asuka is just doing it, and Becky's knee is just destroyed at this point. And then Becky tapping, that right there would have been better. And then with Lana, when she comes out limping, what would have been badass? You see Becky coming out limping, and then Becky's like, I can still go. And then Finlay's like, no, you're just in a bad shape as her. And then Becky goes, no, I can go. That would have been more badass. That would have been like, okay, now that's a badass. Her coming out acting like she tapped out to an Asuka lock that just became inverted did not freaking make me say she's a badass. That was just kind of like she's an idiot. See, that's where WWE messed up, was the storytelling here. Because then it would have made sense if you would have had it where Asuka was picking apart a body part the whole match. Then you could have played that for the Rumble match. And then when you would have gone to the Rumble ending, it would have been a badass moment where it's like, wow, this girl's a badass and she's a top chick. She took all this damage and yet she still won a Rumble. But instead, they went down the route of Becky tapping like it's just business, like she's Conor McGregor. And yes, I'll keep repeating that until fans realize she tapped like she was McGregor against Habib. And then she went on to win the Rumble. I don't know where this is going to go. I hope they can retcon this and somehow make this better. We'll have to wait and see. Becky winning the Rumble, yes, she was the most over person in the match. Yes, it made sense for her to win the Rumble. But the way WWE executed it did not make sense. The way WWE presented it was absolutely atrocious. And that's all I got to say. Nothing against Becky Lynch, the performer. Becky Lynch, the performer, like I said, she did earn the right to be someone to win the Rumble. She was one of the favorites. She should have been one of the favorites to win this match. But the way WWE executed, the storytelling that she had was absolutely terrible. And for people to sit here and be okay with this nonsense, that just to me shows how much they're just okay with mediocre crap. And it shows like why, you know, when people complain, oh, how come WWE's not getting better? It's because the fans sit here and they accept, you know, stuff like this happening. A Becky Lynch coming in and doing stuff like that, and they're okay with it because it's their favorite. They're just sitting here like, oh, this is my favorite wrestler won, so it's okay. When it's their favorites, they don't complain. It's when they're not their favorites, they start nitpicking the storylines. And this is why WWE is not improving. This is why WWE is mediocre. You allow them to be mediocre because you sit here and you nitpick when Roman Reigns does this or guys that you don't like do this. But when it comes to Becky Lynch or Daniel Bryan or Finn Balor, you sit here and you're okay with it. And that is not okay. You cannot be doing this. And this is why WWE is in the state that it is. I can guarantee you, if you watch other wrestling reviewers who love Becky Lynch, they probably reaction of this video was, yes, Becky won, not nitpicking anything with the storytelling whatsoever, just sitting there and being okay with it. Guarantee if this was Roman Reigns in this spot, and don't use the logic, well, Roman Reigns isn't as over as Becky, that's why. No, it's because the fans don't like Roman Reigns like they like Becky Lynch. If Charlotte would have done the same shit, people would be bitching and complaining. And yes, granted, Becky has not gotten the pushes and the opportunities of the two names that I have said over there in Roman Reigns and Charlotte. But even then, when she starts getting those opportunities and starts getting booked like them, you can't just be okay with it. Just because it's one of your favorites is just, to me, and look, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the moment. No, go right ahead, enjoy the moment. But what I'm saying is, if you're someone on here and you're reviewing the content of wrestling and you don't understand, look, I've enjoyed moments where, look, Randy Orton winning the Rumble in 2017. I said it made no sense, but I was still an Orton fan. I was still cheering for it. I was still happy he won the Rumble. It made no sense that Orton won the Rumble. He shouldn't have won the Rumble. Should have gone to like Bray Wyatt or somebody else. But I was cheering for Randy. I was like, okay, cool. I even said it made no sense on this channel. I took my fandom and I put it to the side and I freaking said, why did Randy win? It made no freaking sense. Becky winning made sense. It was just the execution of the storytelling that makes sense. And just for me, it frustrates me as a reviewer, and I see other reviewers just getting away with it. It's just that's just me. I'm just trying to say, I'm like, Becky winning is okay, but but you just being okay with how WWE executed it, and just not like I said, be happy that Becky Lynch won. Be happy, but don't sit here and when you start complaining about when Roman Reigns do this and you say WWE doesn't listen to you, I will always go back to Royal Rumble 2019 like saying, really? They didn't listen to you when Becky Lynch tapped like McGregor saying it's just business and then going on and acting like she's a badass and winning the Rumble? They didn't give you what you want? I never want to hear that. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. We all knew this was going to be the longest portion of the video. I felt bad for AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. They had to follow this women's Royal Rumble match, and you could tell AJ and Bryan like how good they are because they were just like, you know what, they're putting us in a dick predicament. They're putting us in a terrible situation. We're just gonna go out there and do whatever we want to do, but not go too hard. And I appreciated that. Good for them. They were protecting their bodies. Daniel Bryan is now aligned with Garbage Man. This guy's already one of the best heels in the company. But how do you make him better? Align him with a piece of shit like Garbage Man. I was so pissed when this idiot came out. I was like, what the fuck is he doing out here? Like, why? What is this piece of shit doing? And then all of a sudden he goes on and helps Daniel Bryan win? I don't know. So yeah. Hey, thanks General Jerry for the like, man. Go listen to General Jerry's rant on JD from NY. It's good shit right there. And then him attacking the fanboys that were mad at him. But yeah, Universal Championship match, Finn versus Lesnar. That was my favorite match of the night. Watching this Finn Balor, I was saying, you know what, man? That's the Finn that I liked in New Japan. Why can't he be like this more often? Like, oh golly, man. This match was just fun to watch, dog. Like, I enjoyed this match. You can tell Lesnar loves working with the little goofy high flyers. Like, I think that's what Lesnar likes. He doesn't like these people that want to brawl with him and stuff. He's like, nah, screw these guys. I just want to wrestle dudes that just want to do flips and shit. I don't know why Brock likes these guys. He does a great job with them, man. Minus Samoa Joe and Reigns from 31, he doesn't have good matches with these big goofy guys or mediocre guys like Ambrose. He wants to face guys that are flippy. He's like, hey, just do a bunch of stupid flips on me. I'm cool with it. I don't know why. He puts on these good matches, man. I enjoyed this match. I don't know why. Just this match, like, and this is why sometimes when people say Vince is out of touch and they shit on Vince McMahon saying, oh, Vince doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just like, you do realize in one match, he managed to make Finn Balor look more like a badass. The whole couple years that Finn Balor was booked terribly and stuff like that. One match. They decided, hey, you know what? Let's make Finn a badass. It helped Finn Balor's stock. And this is why I always get so annoyed when I hear these wrestling fans always go, oh, Vince doesn't know, out of touch. Is he really out of fucking touch? Does he really not know what he's doing? There's a reason why he's still making billions and I'm over here doing my YouTube video. As much as I would like to try to be armchair booker and stuff, and I do feel like my ideas are better, there's a reason why I only make pennies on YouTube and Vince makes billions. He found a way. Like, trust me, if you ask me, Chase, how would you make Finn Balor look like a badass without his pain against Brock Lesnar? I would be like, huh, that's a tough one. That is a toughie. Vince knows how to do it. He found a way. This was a really good match. Now, granted, no, I'm not some Finn Balor fan again. It takes long, but that. But man, dude, I really enjoyed this match. Best Finn Balor match. Quite possibly one of Lesnar's better matches you will see on the main roster. Enjoyable stuff. The finish was sick. I enjoyed it. Brock Lesnar's face too, like he was telling this little dude to tap, and it showed Brock, and like Brock Lesnar showed respect, like the way that he treated Finn Balor after the match, where he was suplexing him. He was pissed that a little dude like that took him out, and especially like what I liked about Finn too doing this was that Finn outsmarted him. Like one of my favorite spots of the night was Lesnar ramming into the table, and he hit that stomach area where he had the diverticulitis, and Lesnar was in pain, and it was like you could sit there and say, you know what? The WWE guys, they go through a bunch of crazy spots. They suffer a lot of pain. But I can feel that where Lesnar gets hit in the stomach, especially the area where we know that he's had issues with in the past, the diverticulitis. I could believe Lesnar feeling that type of pain and that pain just not going away. It's like when you stub your toe or you jam your finger into something and you're just like, ah. And it's not really that bad and you can walk through it and stuff like that. But at the whole time, you're still thinking of it. That's how it felt like with Lesnar jamming his side to the stomach. Like, I could feel that, and that was good stuff. That was probably one of my favorite selling matches by Brock Lesnar in quite some time. It was selling a simple stomach injury. I was just like, wow. And they made Finn look smart because he set up Brock Lesnar for that. Like, wow. Really good stuff. Best match of the night. If I could get more matches like this from WWE, it'd be such a great product. But no. What's up, Lucha Libre? How's it going, man? But when it comes down to it, we get to the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble match. Now, here's the thing. The Men's Rumble was very predictable. And predictable is not bad. It just depends on how you execute it. I felt they executed it very well. But the one thing I noticed about this Rumble was that, and especially also with the Women's Rumble, not a lot of side feuds were kind of set up for this. Normally in the Rumble match, you get those moments where people eliminate each other, and then there's like a stare down, and you're like, oh, these guys are going to have some business at Mania. Or something's going to be set up at Mania. There really wasn't any of that for this Rumble match. None of these matches had like those kind of WrestleMania setup matches besides the winners winning the match. This Rumble also lacked a lot of surprises. And look, I'm not saying legend surprises. Like, yeah, we got Jeff Jarrett, but like I was like, what? But your biggest surprise in this Rumble, well, actually your two biggest surprises in this Rumble were Dolph Ziggler coming back after he was telling us that he was on a hiatus, and freaking Nia Jax. Those were your two big surprises. Now, the Nia Jax surprise actually turned out better than what we all expected it to be. But the Dolph Ziggler surprise, it was like, really? Now, granted, yes, I wasn't in on the rumors of The Rock or Batista or Kenny Omega. It would have been nice to see those guys, but it didn't piss me off that it was like, oh, they weren't at the show. This show sucked. But it was like the Kevin Owens or the Sami Zayn or the freaking Bray Wyatt. Like, it was like you were hoping one of those guys would return, and I felt like that was kind of a missed opportunity. Like did we really need Kurt Hawkins in this match? That you couldn't tell me that Sami Zayn go out there and stuff? Like, you couldn't tell me Sami Zayn could have been a guy? For sure, Lucha Libre. Hey, go check out his channel, too. Tell me if he puts out good content. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was just no, what's it called? No surprises from the current roster guys. Your main two surprises were Dolph freaking Ziggler, who eliminated Drew McIntyre. And now you want to set up a program where you want me to believe Drew McIntyre is a threat to Cena? Get the heck on out of here. Hell no. And then, Jeff Jarrett in the beginning, he gets eliminated by Elias? Ugh. But the Nia Jax surprise, I love that. And just what it turned out to be was freaking awesome. You wanted The Rock, you wanted a Samoan, you wanted a beast like Dave Batista, you wanted Bray Wyatt to come out, you wanted Kevin Owens? Fuck it, we'll lump them all into one, and we will give you Nia Jax. How about that, bitches? R-Truth comes out, does his little rap, and all of a sudden Nia Jax is coming out and beating him up, and I was like, what is this setting up to? Is Nia aligned with a wrestler? Is this a master plan? And then she just goes into the Rumble match, and I was like, what? And it was like so much confusion and everything, and then she's just taking people off. She eliminates one of my favorites, Mustafa Ali, and I'm like, oh, why'd you do that to Mustafa? God dang it. And so then afterwards, you have it where Randy Orton does this epic stare, and I never thought a stare down with Nia Jax would be epic, but Randy Orton's getting ready to do the RKO. He's ready to take down this girl, and then Nia Jax turns, and we get a pop for a stare down of Nia Jax and Randy Orton. And then afterwards, Nia Jax goes and sets up the 619 for Rey Mysterio. And then Rey's like, all right, yeah, I'll take it. Thanks, Nia. And then Nia grabs her for the power slam. And then Ziggler, probably the best thing Ziggler has done besides winning the World Championship in 2013 against Del Rio, was freaking super kicking Nia Jax. That got a huge pop. People were like, what the? And then Rey Mysterio, booyaka, 619s her. And then Orton RKO's her. I was like, oh my god. That was the best spot. Props to Nia Jax taking those bumps. Freaking awesome. Look, Nia Jax went there. And the thing is with the Nia Jax character, it's in her theme song. I'm not like most girls. She felt like she got screwed in the Women Rumble. She goes in and she says she can handle with the man. She goes in and enters a sanctioned match where it's okay for her to wrestle these guys. She deserves to be treated like a man. She ended up entering this sanctioned match. She felt she could hang and get this smoke. She wanted all the smoke. That was awesome. And it helped Nia Jax out a lot. I really felt this helped Nia Jax a lot. That was a good spot for Nia Jax. So even though the surprise was kind of at first, and you're just kind of like, why? It was really good. It was well executed of what they did, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So yeah, Nia Jax doing what she did. Huge props to her. Huge bump to the match for me, and I really enjoyed it. And it wasn't like, oh, because I hate Nia and what she did to Becky and Nia's a piece of... No, it doesn't come from that. It comes from the fact from a character's perspective. Look, yeah, I guess Becky coming out doing this, I guess that would have been cool and funny. But really, to be honest, like, are you really going to try to take away steam from Becky after she just won a Rumble? No. Nia Jax makes sense. She kind of needed a rub. She needed something where it's like, hey, let's do something cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, they broke a promise. Yeah, Nia took some bumps. Yeah, that's the thing, too. They said no men would ever touch a woman. Well, then again, Roman did spear Stephanie, right? And when Roman speared the woman who gave us the right to vote, I feel like it was that. But yeah, man, when it comes down to it, Royal Rumble, the match itself, they did and Rollins is just getting all the 06 bookings, isn't he? Not only is he getting 06 Rey Mysterio booking, he got it's damn true 06 Angle booking. He got taken out on the outside by Bobo Lashley, and then he's all laying out there, and then he's getting up from the table and everything, and then he's getting the Benoit booking. Like, oh my god, why are they giving Rollins all these underdog bookings? Oh, it's disgusting. I hate underdog bookings. I'm sick of underdog characters. But yeah, 06 Rollins, man. 06 Mysterio Rollins ends up winning the Rumble after curb stopping the Care Bear. Very good finish to the match, in my personal opinion. I thought it was a fine finish. But yeah, it was okay. Rollins ends up winning. He wins the Royal Rumble. He's doing it for Roman, guys. For Roman. Even though Roman's fine, he's filming a Fast and Furious movie. Seems like leukemia recovery is doing good, but he's doing it for Roman. He's doing it for Roman. Your brother called the Benoit spot. That's funny. But yeah, man. Once Rollins won, it was like cool. Rollins won, awesome. It was an all-right show for WWE, an all-right WWE event, an all-right Royal Rumble. And is all-right okay for a Royal Rumble? Is all-right all right? I don't know. But yeah, WWE Royal Rumble was just alright. Didn't love this show. Didn't hate this show. It's a watchable show. I will say that. I will say it's watchable. But it's just alright. I don't know where they could have put the fireworks blue night, because, like, man, that would have killed all the people in the in the arena. I didn't like the entrance. The dugout entrance was my least favorite entrance. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's my review of WWE Royal Rumble 2019. A couple side notes that I want to say. I did watch WWE 24, and when seeing Brock Lesnar for the New Orleans WrestleMania, seeing Brock Lesnar come out and just throw the belt at Vince after the freaking Roman match, that was my favorite thing I've seen in quite some time. Like you know how I say on this channel, sometimes you got to be like Brock Lesnar and don't give a shit in life. That's how Brock Lesnar is, and I love it. I know, JC. I watched the pre-show too, man. I watched the pre-show. Some guy mentioned me in a comment on We Love Pro Wrestling. Let me see what these people say. Some AEW fans. There's that video of that one kid who was sitting in the front row with the AEW shirt, and I guess security asked him to take it off and stuff, and the guy's wearing another shirt underneath and stuff. Like, to me personally, that video right there, everyone's like, oh, you saw it with your own eyes, you know what WWE's trying to do, and you're afraid of it. I feel like that kid had an agenda. Like, that kid literally was like trying to egg WWE security on. I really do feel like too, Cody and the Young Bucks probably send them, knowing how sensitive these people are. They sent that kid there, and they were going to try to sue WWE for having the AEW logo at their show, just because they're sensitive. And then, like, afterwards, when they knew their plan backfired, they decided, oh, well, this plan works for us anyways. They tweeted out, oh, you can wear WWE shirts at our event. Yeah, no shit, because you don't really have any All Elite shirts. And all the All Elite shirts that you do have, they all look the fucking same. All this ugly gold and white crap. So, yeah. The Royal Rumble was... The Women's Rumble has loads of nobodies in the ring that would get packed. I thought logically this is the building of a Nia Jax dominates both people spot. Instead, people get eliminated off camera. Or doing the entrances. No, like, it's fine wearing an AEW shirt, but like literally that kid looked like he had an agenda. And it was like he looked like he had an agenda the way he was smiling like a little goop at the end of the video. So yeah. Also, for all you social justice warriors mad that Nia got attacked, she entered a sanctioned match. It's fine. Don't get mad. It was a sanctioned match where anyone can attack anyone. Like, for real. But yeah. So if you guys have any questions, we can end off on a short little Q&A. And then, yeah, I got to go hit the gym and lose some weight because I'm fat. I'm fat. Lacey is stupid. I forgot where Lacey Evans got eliminated. I was all like, where's Lacey Evans eliminated? So as you guys leave questions, I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. But I'll answer all your questions when I come back. I just got to use the restroom right quick. You can look at all my puppies laying on the bed and you'll be like, what the hell, Chase? Why do you have so many dogs? Oh. Sorry about that, guys. Ooh. Oh, like I said, had to go to the restroom. Alright, let's go. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Question. Super Bowl pick, Patriots. I really want Ricochet to be in WWE Raw or SmackDown. No, he's fine on NXT right now. He's on halftime heat. I can't believe they're bringing him back. Lacey Evans was alright. Did you do the No Way Jose dance when you were drunk? No, we didn't do. My friends and I were just kind of like making fun of the show the whole time when we were drunk. We did we danced to I'm Upset by Drake. Oh yeah, I did play the WWE Royal Rumble game for with my friends, and so my with my friend and his brother. So my friend, his favorite wrestlers for the women are Zelina Vega and Xavier Woods, and his brother, his favorite wrestlers are Ruby Riott and Aleister Black. And my favorite wrestlers, wow, I got lucky. I got 14 and 23. 14 for the women, 23 for the men. I could not have asked for anything better. 14, I got Kairi Sane. Like, I was so happy when I heard, oh, thank God. I was so happy. So, Kairi Sane, I'm already a fan of her. Being a fan for her for a whole year, a super fan, I can do that. And then 23, I was praying to God. I was like, God, if you love me, don't give me Braun Strowman. I was so afraid Care Bear was going to come in at 23. But then I remember Care Bear doesn't have work rate. And this guy can't work more than 5 minutes. So I said, no way he's 23 in this Rumble match. And so I was like praying for Lashley or just anyone worth the damn. Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, fine. But then Baron Corbin came out and I was like, my dog. I was so happy to get Corbin. I was like, yes. So I played the Rumble game with my friends. If you notice that I have Baron Corbin and a Kairi Sane t-shirt, it's because my friend, he raised a stake. He said, you know what, just being favorites to these people is not enough. You got to buy a t-shirt. And I was like, you know what, man, that's smart. I like that idea. He chose the t-shirt idea, so it's going to be funny, man. You're going to buy, but my friend's trying to cheat. Now, you guys need to tell me in the comment section. Should my friend just be an Xavier Woods fan or a New Day fan? Because he said, oh, I got the whole New Day. And then and his brother, then his brother, I guess, has the whole Riot Squad. But I feel like that's cheating. I feel like that's cheap right there, man. I feel like you need to choose one or the other. Like, you can't just be sitting here being like, I'm a New Day fan. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Am I the only one who doesn't want intergender wrestling? I'm not a big fan of here's the thing. I don't mind spots where it happens here or there, or moments where it happens. I just don't want it like as a consistent thing where it's like, oh yeah, these women can get some with the men. Because then there's certain situations where it's like, is it believable for this woman to beat a man? Because here's the thing. It's funny too because people always talk about like, oh, we don't want to see men and women fight. Yeah, it's the media that hypes it. When Ronda Rousey was at her peak, people were hyping up Ronda versus Floyd more than anything else. So yeah. Thoughts on Anthony Davis denied his extension and asked for a trade? I knew it was happening, Kadeem. You could tell Rich Paul, like, his agent's just telling him, like, look, if it's not happening this year, it has to happen next year. I can tell you one team is pissed off is the Celtics because they won't be able to enter this Anthony Davis sweepstakes at this moment of time. The Lakers right now, they're pretty much are saying we're not trading Kyle Kuzma. And that's who the Pelicans want. I can see Davis going to, and the thing is, Davis wants to go to a team that's championship contending. Now, which team are you going to put him with? The Knicks are a sleeper team, and Kristaps doesn't seem like a guy that the Pelicans would ask for, because the Knicks just have that number one pick pretty much sitting there, so you're guaranteed at least R.J. Barrett or Zion Williamson unless the lottery gods mess you up. But I don't really think the lottery gods will mess you up because you are New Orleans and you are owned by the NBA. So, like, and what I mean by owned by the NBA is people who work in the NBA front offices own the New Orleans Pelicans. So they have a better chance at winning the lottery than most teams, okay? Like, they always get better opportunities. We saw that with Anthony Davis himself, where the Hornets, they won the freaking draft lottery over the Bobcats just because the NBA owned the Hornets compared to the Bobcats who are owned by the GOAT, Michael Jordan. But yeah, it depends on where he gets traded, what situation he's going to be in, and if he'll like it. I'm sure there's going to be some teams that are like going to be like worried, especially if they're not the Lakers or the Celtics, because he can always bounce and ditch and go on to another team because it seems like a more popular thing of not taking the Supermax. It seems like that this Supermax deal that was supposed to be a big reason for these young players to stay, it doesn't really matter for these players who have been in the league that long. Yeah, sure, for guys like Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, and everything like that, maybe this Supermax deal is like kind of a good idea because it's like, yeah, they're young, they don't care, they're still trying to learn the game. But once you get to Anthony Davis's level, you just don't care. You're just like, I want to win championships. The Pelicans haven't done a good job building a team around him. They've forced situations and everything. So yeah, when it comes down to it, I'm not surprised that Anthony Davis asked for a trade. I'm fine with Davis asking to trade. The Pelicans haven't treated him like the superstar he is. My favorite wrestlers are Okada, Reigns, Styles. Yeah, those are my favorite. Pentagon Jr., those are guys that I like. How are your dogs, Biggie and the others, by the way? Oh, well, Biggie passed away, so rest in peace, Biggie. Arrow and Diamond are sleeping. Yo-Yo's back there. We lost Bruno, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a tough year. Losing Biggie and Bruno back to back was very, very sad for me. I really love those dogs. We replaced Bruno with Yo-Yo. I don't know if I can get Yo-Yo on the screen. Yo-Yo. No, he's just sleeping. He's a cute little boxer, too. We still have Mrs. Bear. Puggle Wuggle's still causing the mess. I have 9 dogs, so anyone who says yeah and stuff like that. And I know people are going to talk about the back of my head. Here's the thing, people. I had a bad skin condition when I was what's it called in high school. So like that's why my head is all messed up. That's why I never really like shaving my head to a certain point because of my skin condition and stuff. I always but when it comes down to it, I have to get it like this sometimes just because of my beard because I also have a beard. Sometimes it's best not to have a beard, but yeah, I'm gonna actually go to the doctor soon to see what they can do about it because it's really bad. I get made fun of it for it. When do you think wrestling will actually pick up? Because Wrestle Kingdom was whatever unpredictable and Royal. Maybe Double or Nothing will help. Maybe we'll have to wait and see on it though. Is Rollins becoming '09 Jeff Hardy after winning the title at Mania? No, he's gonna be '06 Mysterio. No, you're not a dork or dweeb for wanting AEW to succeed. Why would you be a dork or dweeb but hoping AEW does both? So yeah. Let's see. What questions did I miss? Oh, I've always been a Corbin fan, Dejan Shargon. I've always been a Corbin fan. No, are they really going to put halftime heat on USA Network? I thought that was going to be a WWE Network special. Hey, man, good for them. Should Becky main event WrestleMania after that bad booking for the Royal Rumble? Yeah, well, Ronda's going to be in the match, so yeah, it's not because of Becky why she's main event, why she's going to main event. It's because of Ronda. Ronda's going to be the reason why Becky Lynch is main eventing. Oh, Casey Catanzaro. I don't even remember who she was. She was the one that did that save, right? I was in Godzilla Hawks Rumble and got 21 in both men and women. We got Ruby Riott and Aleister Black. Yeah, that was the same as my friend's brother. He got 21 for both, and he was okay with it. He's like, yeah, I'll take it. Were you upset that Mandy Wrestling got eliminated even though she just lasted little long in the Rumble? No, I liked her performance. I wasn't expecting Mandy Rose to go that long. Yeah, like Jordan Grace makes sense, but every other women's wrestler doing it, yeah. I did not that much. I actually praised the Garbage Pit Man move CPZ because now Daniel Bryan's the ultimate heel. How could I cheer for this motherfucker? Bringing Garbage Man back is the worst thing you could do. Hornswoggle is back. Oh yeah, Hornswoggle, like trying to attack Selena Vega. Thoughts on Spider-Man from Far From Home trailer? Decent. Didn't get me hyped for Spider-Man. No, Brady even said he's not retiring. He literally just told people, "I'm not retiring." So this is far from his last. He said. Like, how would you set up a male and female feud as a storyline? What would they feud over? I could do it where it's like like a cruiserweight, like a cruiserweight type of guy is what's it called? Been my friend and I, we actually booked Chad Gable in the women's division where he's where he's a transgender character, and where he declares as he's gender neutral, and he hasn't decided what he is, but he goes for the women's division just because he feels like it would be easier. So he's like a big bully dick, and stuff. And Chad Gable is just with my friend when Pete Dunne came out. He was like, "Did the guy not know that the women's match was the last one?" But yeah, no, that's we thought of some goofy gimmicks for it and stuff. But yeah, I'm big on Chad Gable just being a dick and being gender neutral, and he's just like a big heel. Like, whoa, did you just assume my gender? 2019, guys. Like, oh my god, that would just be such a great gimmick where he's just like, he doesn't want anyone to assume and everything. I know people are gonna be like, oh, that's just stupid. No, just think of the dollar signs for that. Just think of the stupidity that you could get out of it, and just think of Chad Gable just suplexing all these women, and he's just like, he's just toying with them every match and stuff. And then like you could have it where someone like Becky disarms him, and then he's like, oh man, this actually is not as easy as I thought it would be. It'd be hilarious. Like, that's how I would set it up and stuff like that. Just like gender neutral kind of crap. Be something interesting for 2019. Nothing much, Isaac Barack. I go live a lot, so yeah. No, yeah, AD to the Lakers had probably like eight segments on Undisputed in the first take, not just 3. They probably brought in special guests and everything. No, we don't have any trade pieces for Davis. Our best trade piece would be Karl Anthony Towns, and we're not trading him. We're not going to trade Towns for anything. No way we can convince them that you can take Wiggins. Covington, who's another guy that we can't trade because we just got, and we have to wait, I believe, like 90 days or something like that for Covington to be traded again. He's injured. What else are we going to give them? Oh, yeah, here's Andrew Wiggins, Tyus Jones, and Gorgie Dank's terrible contract. And we get David. No, they wouldn't take that. And I wouldn't want Wiggins to be gone on anyways. I'm a big Wiggins fan. I'm still on Wiggins Island. I like my Wiggins and Town combination. They're young. They'll get better. Give it time. So what WrestleMania match has been going to work this year? Hopefully a big one. Maybe it'll be The Undertaker. Maybe it'll be the Damon. Yeah, we're constables over here, guys. Come on, man. We all know we're Baron Corbin fans. Did you know Charlotte's voice got deeper in the Rumble match? I didn't notice that. Maybe I gotta go back and watch it. I didn't really was listening to her talk. Vince said since I get my Samoan as number 30, he went to got Nia Jax. Yeah, he got one of the Samoans for number 30. What was going on with Anthony Joshua? I just saw Anthony Joshua thing, and then the chat went by really fast. Let's see. Anthony Joshua versus Lennox Lewis. Who's getting that W? Oh, AJ. Why is Lennox Lewis still fighting? Oh my god. Yeah, it's the beard, man. It's the stupid beard. Well, what was Garbage Man's reasoning? Like, was Daniel Bryan seeing him eating the trash, and he's like, "Stop it! You're destroying the economy." Like, I wonder. But he's a good heater for Bryan. I will give that props. That's a good heater. Did you hear Alex Smith? Yeah, no, Alex Smith his career is done. Yeah, dude, think about Chad Gable as like just this freaking gender neutral and stuff like that. And you could have Bobby Roode try to convince him. You're like, whoa, man, women and men can't fight each other. You know that. And then Bobby's like, come on, Chad, this is not you. And then Chad's like, you don't know who I am. And then stuff like that. Just be great. No, man, don't hate on Wiggins, man. I'm a Wiggins fan, dog. I'll never hate on that kid, dog. He's still young, man. Zach LaVine's just a stat patter, man. He's just a stat patter. I don't know why they asked Bobble to do that spot anyways. Like, why are you telling Bobble to go up like that? Yes, Daniel Bryan's character is a social... He's a liberal. That's Daniel Bryan's character. He's a liberal. I think Harper's going to the Phillies to hang out with Ben Simmons and Carson Wentz because those are his boys. And I think Machado will go to the White Sox. It's crazy that they're still not signed. I thought they would sign ages ago. I guess it's some new baseball power play that I'm missing. I thought Nia was coming out to help her cousin The Rock. I thought The Rock was going to make this epic heel turn that wouldn't have been a heel turn whatsoever. Oh, I was like, I thought that was like an official fight. Oh, Prime Lewis will kill Anthony Joshua. Easy. I thought Lennox Lewis was still fighting. I wouldn't have been surprised. Because these heavyweight fighters, they never leave. Because I didn't hear news. I was literally after the show going to Google this, saying, what the fuck? Lennox Lewis is still fighting? I was going to be like, oh my god, no, give it up, dog. You done. 04 was your best last year. I say unanimous decision against Ngannou. But man, let's not count out Ngannou, man. He does have the hardest punch in UFC history. Which wrestling theme song everyone likes but you dislike? Huh. I don't know. What is like an ultimate favorite wrestling? I like a lot of wrestling themes. I even like the bad ones. Like I love Brie Mode's theme song, like Brie Mode, Brie, Brie. The women's rumble felt it was dragging. The men's rumble felt rushed as fuck. Because that's the 49ers, and you have to overpay for quarterbacks, and it's better to just, what's it called? And it's better to just draft the quarterback nowadays, hope he turns out good, than paying a bunch of money for a quarterback. The Nets have been a nice, surprising team. D'Angelo Russell is showing the Lakers why you shouldn't have trade me, bitch, type of gimmick going. And two, it's like, they've lost Karis LeVert, who could eventually come back. I believe Spencer Dinwiddie also recently got injured, but they're getting some good play from a bunch of random ass players like Corquez. I can't even remember that dude's name, but this weird looking Danilo Gallinari clone that they have. So yeah, they're doing good. Isn't Brian's character New Heel just a continuation of the 2012 vegan character? In a sense, but he's also very liberal. Like he's very like planet oriented and stuff. It's like something that you would hear from a liberal and stuff. What is WWE doing with Dean Ambrose? Nothing. Absolutely nothing can Dean Simon. I don't know why. Do you prefer heel Rock or face Rock? Heel Rock. Would you slap Dana White for $1 million? Yeah, Dana White, I'll slap you. I don't give a fuck if you get mad at me or say that's fucking illegal. I'll take it. I'm so on and off with Finn, man. Sometimes I can see him as a big star, but other times, like, this guy has nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not big star. I see him as a good hand, but yeah, I can see where you see him as nothing most of the time. Yeah, I know. Mania 35. Oh, that's going 8 hours. That should be like, how like there's prop bets for like the Super Bowl and stuff. That should be a prop bet for WrestleMania. How long will WrestleMania go for? If Gargano had an anime, would they just have used this theme song for the intro? Yeah, that's a good anime theme song. This rebel heart. You need to get like more Japanese stuff in there and stuff. But yeah, that's a good Japanese theme song. Thoughts on Pac-Man versus Broner? Manny Pacquiao just really doesn't have the power anymore. Adrian Broner can't throw a fucking combination to save his life. It was trash. How many Super Bowls will Tom Brady retire with? I say 8. I think honestly this might be his last one. 7 at the most, which is still fucking impressive to say, but 7 at the most. Yeah, I know, TPZ, I love it. That's my favorite thing about Brock Lesnar. He doesn't give a shit. He just came back there, pissed off, just threw the belt. He just doesn't give a shit in life, dog. Brock Lesnar just does what he wants. Should Brady bury Goff after his loss last year due to Belichick work shoot on Brady? Yeah, I feel like that's the theme. How do you feel about indie wrestlers, the progressive liberal? The indie wrestler, the progressive liberal. Is that a theme? I haven't seen it. If so, I'll check it out. It sounds like it's going to be great stuff. Oh yeah, no, they like the Gable gimmick that I suggested would work well in like the mid 2000s, early 2000s. People would love that type of shit and stuff. And I'm not saying Gable dresses as a woman. He's just gender neutral and he's declared himself as a woman. Like yeah, but you obviously like we know he's taking it to his advantage and stuff. But the WWE can't do anything about it because he's gender neutral. He declared as a woman and then under the court of law he's considered a woman. That would be great stuff. But no, the fans would be like, oh, this is so fucked up. Oh, and then the world would be just they're too what's it called, sensitive. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Halftime Heat. Screw Maroon 5. I got the Rams winning. Changed my mind. Brady versus Belichick. That's all I gotta say. Rollins' face when Lesnar tossed the belt was hilarious. Oh yeah, Rollins was like, what the heck? And then Vince, asshole. Like that had to be my favorite thing. Not only just like seriously, that's my favorite thing. That's the content I want. Like stop giving me these kayfabe WWE Chronicle crap. Stop giving me these. No, let me see these wrestlers in their natural element. Like I want footage of Chris Jericho trying to beat up Brock Lesnar. I want Brock Lesnar throwing the belt because he's pissed off that he has to keep this stupid thing, and then Vince from a distance as Lesnar's walking away go, asshole. Enough with this stupid Dean Ambrose working out, and he gets a phone call, and he goes, "Ah, yeah, well, yeah, I almost died, and you didn't fucking call then. All right, yeah, bye." Give me, what's it called? Give me freaking Brock Lesnar throwing the belt and Vince acting like a petty child, talking shit behind his back. And the funny thing is, that clip is making rounds, and people are like, "Where did this start from?" And we all knew the story already. The report came out that Lesnar and Vince had a confrontation. This is old news. They just decided to show it, and now people are trying to break it down. And WWE knew what they were doing. Like, people were like, "Why did they put this in there if they weren't going to follow it up?" Because they knew, oh, this clip's going to make rounds. People are going to be interested in it, and people are going to probably maybe be wondering what this is from. And they'll probably go to probably try to find a way to watch this episode of WWE 20. They know what they're doing. Y'all are so dumb. Like, people are like, oh, when this happened? Y'all know when it happened. WWE 24, baby. Great stuff, man. Oh, I swear that was the highlight, asshole. Oh, Lesnar just like fucking pissed, dude. Like, oh, I have to keep this stupid fucking stupid belt, man. Who wins Wilder versus Spirit 2? Wilder via Screwjob. Do we know why Brock threw the title? Only saw the clip. That's it. Oh, he got I don't know how far below I am on the chat, but it was an altercation. Apparently, the rumor is that Roman was supposed to win at the Rumble, not the Rumble, at Mania, but Vince didn't like the reaction he was getting, so they called it audible and had Brock retain, and Brock was pissed. And I guess Brock still had deals left on his contract, and he didn't want to complete those deals. He was trying to opt out to go do UFC or something. So he was kind of pissed off that Vince made the audible. But, obviously Vince probably gave him money and stuff. Because I think Brock knew that they were trying to use him for the Saudi Arabia show, and he didn't want to do it. John Jones or Deontay Wilder, who is more hated? Oh, Jones. Deontay Wilder is not really hated. I think people like him. People love him now like that. To this day! To this day! It's like the meme that still goes on and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, ma'am. Yeah, that guy was crazy, dude. He got pissed. I don't know why he got so pissed off, man. I love when people freak out at GameStop. Have you guys ever been at a GameStop when people freak out? It's scary, dog. Like, I remember, this is like when I was, like, a couple years ago. I want to say 22, 21. Yeah, I was drinking. This was when, like, my bad period when I was drinking really heavily and stuff. I remember I went to GameStop, and I was pretty freaking drunk, dude. So, like, I was just looking for some pre-owned games, like, I was just like, oh, I want to play some old school games, man. Let me go look at what they have for the 360 or PS3 at the time. So I was looking at the pre-owned games. And so there was this one guy, and he was this big white dude, like fucking scary. Like he was like as big as like Eric Rowan, like like Eric Rowan type of big and stuff. And he had big ass forearms, dude. He didn't have like the beard, but he had like the typical like bald head and everything. And this guy, like, it was chilling that store. It was me. The girl who worked at GameStop, this small little girl, it was just her, this small little girl, me, this family, who were Hispanic, and they were just kind of looking at whatever, and then this mom and this kid, and this guy, I think he was trading stuff, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember what happened next. I was just looking at a game, and all of a sudden I heard, "Are you kidding me?" And then the girl was trying to explain something, and the guy literally grabs, like the pin pad that you put your card in, and he grabs it and chucks it at the wall. The kid with the Hispanic dad, they freaking ran out of the store scared to death. The mom with the kid was all like, "You can't be doing that," and he tells the girl to shut the fuck up. And here I am, I should be like, man, I should be a guy in this situation. I was like, I'll get my ass kicked. I'm drunk. I'm just trying to find an old ass game to play. I'm just going to pretend I don't know what's going on and stuff. But I was just, like, scared to death. And then, like, afterwards, the guy's all, like, super pissed. And the poor GameStop girl, the worker, she's a tiny little thing, man. Like, this girl had no chance. Like, And like she's like, I'm so sorry, and like I don't know, and it's like, and she's like, where's your manager? She's like, I'm the only one here, sir. You got to understand. And this was like a Sunday night. She's like, it's Sunday. We normally only have one person close, and I'm the one person that closes and stuff. I'm so sorry. And she's like, sir, and she's trying to threaten to call the cops on this dude. Straight up, she's literally trying to threaten to call the cops on this dude. This guy, like, here's the thing. She's nowhere near her stupid little phone to call the cops on the cops on this guy and stuff. So this guy is literally looking like he's about to like Braun Strowman get these hands to this poor little GameStop girl. My drunk ass is like, I gotta do something at this point. But still I'm like, no, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So then this guy afterwards, he's just like, this is pathetic. I'm never coming to this fucking GameStop. This company is the worst. She's like, sir, can you please leave? And she's just asking at this point to leave. And the guy goes, grabs like where where all the discount toys are, grabs that table, fucking flips it over and stuff like that. And I'm just like, holy shit. Grabs one of the standees, which I think was like a Battlefield standee, grabs it, takes it outside with him, throws it in the middle of the fucking street. And then I don't know what else he was trying to do, but he banged on the window. He didn't break it, thankfully, but he banged on the window. And then afterwards, straight up, like I was blasted, so I was just like, fuck, dog. And so then afterwards, me being blasted, I don't know why. I just, the mom went to go conceal the poor little GameStop girl. The little kid was just like playing the demo for MLB to show something or whatever. I think he was playing something. And I just remember I grabbed the table and I was doing it. Then the cops came. Like the Panda Express employee next door called for the cops. Like the Panda Express employee was all like calling for the cops, I guess. But I remember I was picking up the table and stuff like that. and I bought a game too. Like I came for a reason to buy a game. But yeah, the cops had to interview me because they asked if I knew what happened. And I was drunk, dude. And like the officer asked me, hey, do you have a ride home? And I was like, oh yeah. I said, my brother's at the grocery store right now and stuff. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm just making sure because you're pretty blasted. Like, he didn't say I was blasted, but he knew I was drunk. Like, he could tell. He was just like, oh, yeah, this guy is drunk as a skunk. And it was skunk. But yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Those experiences are fucking scary. And if you guys have one, I wanna know, man. Because they're scary, dude. And people take that shit seriously. No, the Browns would have not won a Super Bowl with Brady because they wouldn't have used, what's it called? Fuck halftime he's Travis Scott. Travis Scott might show up late like he does with all his other concerts. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's winning the title is the greatest thing I've seen, man. What shoot element do you want in WWE? I just want a show where it's just like straight up shoot, backstage arguing and stuff. That shit would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm watching the full. Why would I watch the full Super Bowl? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, maybe Brock will face further down the line. How do you think Terrence Crawford does? Can you reach Sugar Ray Leonard standards? Somewhat, no. He's very good, but I don't think he's going to ever reach Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray is just fucking unreal, man. But I think he'll do really good. I think there's a couple losses that he'll take. No, we're not going to remember these Rumble wins, man. We're not going to remember these Rumble wins. Where would you rank the X-Men's... Oh, I thought you said the X-Men's. I was like, X-Men's. I was like, what the fuck? Like in the Rumble match? Oh, fucking Wolverine's winning that shit. We already know that. But where would I work the men's Rumble in the top 10 Rumbles for 2010s? 9? Yeah, 9. This was not one of the better ones. Yeah, dude, asshole. Like, whoa, that was great. Brock's Raw outrage was great. Imagine if we got Imagine if WrestleMania got for a point where they had a 24-hour WrestleMania that would end of me. I could barely get through 2 hours. Oh, 24 Mania. They start breaking down Mania to a 2-night spectacle, like New Japan is going to do with Wrestle Kingdom. Wait, AJ was that louder with the Crowder? Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about. Louder with the Crowder. I don't even remember that. I got into the altercation with one GameStop employee and he was just pissed and I didn't do anything. I was just looking at the gaming magazines. Oh, I hate when you get the try-hard GameStop employees, man. I don't know why. The GameStop I frequent to, they always hire the same, like, okay, it's either like the overweight dude that looks like all he does is play video games, or it's the poor little girls that are scared to death all the time and stuff. But they know they're video games, but they're just poor little girls. Like they just like man, and you leave them alone. So yeah. No, I don't see GameStop fucker where I'm at. Oh man, it's crazy, dude. People think Brock Lesnar's doing this bad, then must have never heard of. Yeah, 97, 98 HBK was fucking doing cocaine and stuff too, man. That was even worse. How many days do I work out? I try to work out Monday through Friday, and do it where I do a good 40-minute workout with weights and everything, and then do a nice 30-minute cardio session to kind of end the day. That's kind of like my workout routine, just because it gets me going and makes me feel good throughout the day and stuff. But if I don't work out, and then Saturday and Sunday I use mostly for recovering. If days that I don't really work out, I'll skip is maybe Wednesday. This week will be a hard workout time for me in deciding to work out just because Kingdom Hearts is out and I've been wanting to play that game forever. And so yeah, like seriously, like I get scheduled for work on the one day I didn't want to work and stuff, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. No, dude, he was scary. He was scary, man. I was just like. Here's the thing. I'm 5 foot fucking 8, and at that time too, I was fat. Like I wasn't like I was fat. I was 250 at that time. Now y'all can go back on my channel and you can see how fat I was like 4 years ago. So I wasn't in shape, man. I was scared to death, man. I was like, golly, dude, I'm gonna get my ass kicked at GameStop drunk. I'm gonna go to jail too because I'm gonna get drunk in public. What's up, DT? Where should the 2020 Rumble be? LA. You fucking screwed us out of the 2017 Rumble, so you better give us the 2020, you pieces of shit. Oh, dude, the Breakfast Club shoot show would be the greatest thing ever. No, you're not Ron DeGenerate Sharingan. That's your opinion, man. If you don't like drunk people, it is what it is. Would you like to see Harper and Sanity align themselves with Bryan? When you said Harper, I thought you were saying Bryce Harper, Xander. So I was just thinking of Bryce Harper with his beard. I'll be like, he would actually work with Daniel Bryan. Yeah, that Sanity would be kind of cool to be with Bryan, but I don't think Bryan needs that much heaters. He probably needs one more heater. That would be kind of a good thing. Yeah, so I think Seth Rollins was waiting to go congratulate Roman. I think Rollins was going to just congratulate his brother after the match and then fucking saw what happened. And also, too, a lot of main event guys, what they tend to do is they hang out in Gorilla and they kind of learn the production side of things. Like that's kind of like the new. That's like kind of like what you kind of see. Especially if you watch some older 24s, you will see like Cena's been back there, and I think they just kind of like to hang out back there too. Like sometimes they just want to watch a show. And what better position than Gorilla, where you get to see everything kind of going on, and you get to see all the camera angles. Like I don't think the jobbers get that privilege, but if you're a main event guy and Vince trusts you, he kind of lets you sit by him because you're just there. Faded Holy Soldier. Oh, yeah, I gotta watch that then. That sounds interesting. I love these crazy game store people, man. Oh, I love the new Dragon Ball movie. I thought Dragon Ball Super Broly was great. Oh yeah, the Rollins feud. Yeah, hopefully that's too smart for them though, CPZ. I don't know if they would go that far, but that'd be a good clip for them to use, man. What's this YouTube video you sending me? Let's see, General.
You're never gonna see professional
wrestlers. Oh, okay, the AJ Styles.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Okay, that's what you were talking about. I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, I thought it was a show. I was like, what do you mean louder with Crowder? What's that? That's what I thought. You were talking about the interview. Gotcha. All right, let's see what other question. All the questions have to reload again because I left the page. Let me see what my text messages are saying. Oh. All right, let's go with a few more questions in Albe. Yeah, dude. Well, okay, I'm 5 foot. I like to say I'm 5 foot 9. I'm 5'8", 5'9". Just depends on what the doctor says and what shoes I'm wearing. I'm fine with Becky winning the Rumble. I just didn't like how WWE booked it. I thought it was terrible. WWE can't do anything right. Last year's Rumble match to me was great, but the winner was ass because of how they booked Nakamura. Yeah, dude, that's true. Add Brie and one of those NXT meatheads to Brian Sables. Oh yeah, Brie would be great too. Where she's like, "This is what we're trying to do. Don't you see what the Bell Army is about?" Like, it would just be great. Oh, 10. You know what? Add Gable to that too. Just add Chad Gable, where Gable is just like he's also for equal rights. Like, oh, add my version of Chad Gable to that too. If the 2020 Rumble is in LA, where would they hold it? Dodger Stadium or Angel Stadium, Anaheim, or just the Staples Center? Well, you have to do a fucking baseball field. You can just do Staples. And also, you don't want to. Here's the thing: everyone likes to have this misconception that LA is always fucking sunny. No, we rain in January, so that show would probably get rained out, and you don't want raining during the fucking show. Unlike John Cena, who's like, "Oh, I want snow at MetLife." No, you don't want snow. I really hope that it's not doesn't snow this year at MetLife for WrestleMania. I don't want these wrestlers getting hypothermia and stuff. Do any wrestlers backstage like Brock Lesnar other than some of the Breakfast Club members? Uh, Lesnar, Breakfast Club, the Golden Children. They're also in there. Dude, the table for three with freaking the Breakfast Club would be the greatest table for three ever. Yeah, dude. Randy Orton with the RKO on Nia Jax. That was great. No, why would the Hornet trade Kemba Walker, especially when he was just announced for the All-Star game? Oh, trust me, man. If I was a writer for WWE, there would be so many crazy storylines. Everyone would be like, "Yep." Like I'll become like the Russo of WWE. Like people would be like, "Oh, that look at that Oliver booking. Oh, that Oliver booking. Fuck. Oh, Chase. Oh, that's a Chase Oliver booking. If I ever saw that, man, that's a Chase Oliver booking. Like people would be so pissed. But I wouldn't care because I would book. See, my booking would be like made to be like social commentaries of what's going on today's world, but also very casual that people could get behind it. No, I said that in my review, Jay Barton. That was the best part. That was the highlight of the night. He does look like Ortiz from LAX. No Way Jose. Maybe it is Ortiz. Maybe that's a side gig. He just kind of goes as No Way Jose when he's not with Santana. Do you know why Scott Dawson teamed with Razor on the pre-show against Rude and Gable? Apparently Akam was injured, but he still wanted a tag team match. And then Vince was like, "All right, it's you and Razor." Like that. That's literally what happened. He just made Dawson and Razor a team. Vince McMahon. He just made them a team. I just hope the XFL is good. That's all I care about. Yeah, it had a WrestleMania 19 vibe to it, but without the cool Titantron. So Justice Warrior stable. Brian, Bree, Rowan. Enter another big guy. Okay, who's a good social justice warrior big guy? You know what? Luke Gallows betrays Carl Anderson, and and once again he becomes a social justice warrior. That'd be good. Yeah, you can have Gallows and stuff, and then Carl Anderson can have a storyline where he's like, "Come on, I thought we were good brothers." He's like, "Good brothers don't ruin the planet." And then, oh, that'd be great. And then you have gender neutral Chad Gable, and Gable is, and then Brie Bella is like the sympathizer for gender neutral Gable, which would make it like okay, where she's like, "Look, if you don't like that Chad has decided to declare as a female, then I guess 2019 is not for you, and you just live in the stone." I'm making Brie Bella into the best talker right now. I'm making Brie Bella into the best promo. Wow. But yeah, can you just imagine that? Like Chad Gable's like, "Yeah, Brie understands. She knows it." And Brie's in on it. Like, "I can't believe that they actually think you're gender neutral." I know, like, they actually believe this crap. But hey, easy titles, easy wins, changing the planet one title at a time. Like, and that's their catchphrase, changing the planet one title at a time. Like, oh, and like, oh, it'd be great, man. Here is your new SmackDown Women's Champion, Chad Gable. And Gable and her win the SmackDown tag titles. And this leads to Nikki saying, "Brie, how can you betray me like that?" Oh my God. Dude, Jesus. Why are we not booking gender neutral Chad Gable? Like, this is WWE skip. Oh. Dude, he was Yahooing the whole match. Like, people go like, oh, Chase, you just make up Ben Balor saying Yahoo. No! He goes, Yahoo! He says Yahoo when he fights. You know, it's just... Do you think DIY should win the tag titles? Not really. Nikki Bella, I heard she's dating her Dancing with the Stars co-star, like her dancer. So yeah. Yeah, no, it'd be great. Like, fans would actually hate it. There would be a reason to hate Daniel Bryan because Bryan supports Chad Gable's nature. You have Rowan, and then also too you have Gallows, who becomes a big hypocrite because he's known for drinking beer and poisoning his body and eating meat. And then that would be such a great heel turn too. Like, they go to Japan and then Gallows goes to the Ribera Steakhouse and he gives them back their stupid jacket. He's like, hey, look, I don't want that. And that's where you could start the feud with Anderson. Anderson goes and picks up the Ribera Steakhouse jacket and goes, you know what? You can beat me up. You can take me down. You can treat me like crap. You can say you changed. But this is how we became good brothers. At Ribera's, you do not disrespect Ribera's Steakhouse. Oh my God, that would be so great. Now, I didn't give Anderson a good promo. I'm sorry. But man, I gave Brie Bella a great promo, so stop it. Fearless Nikki is just promoting Bella Berdici and also making sure Birdie B is good and being the best Aunt Coco in the world. So that's what I'm doing. And Henry Cejudo's trying to hit on me. He's really cute, but he's super small. Yeah, that's the whole point of being a creative writer, not like, all right, Sammy, how about you just have a match with Kevin Owens and we'll just call it a night. No, make it fun. Have it where these characters are good social commentary, where it's like you make fun. Like that's what made wrestling great back in the day. Like you know that GameSpot post where he's like, oh, the Attitude Era was bad. The Attitude Era was a social commentary of the things that was going on at the time. That's what made it good. Why did the Ruthless Aggression Era is pretty good? Because it's a social commentary. There was good social commentary of characters at the time, you know, and stuff. Like, people don't understand that. That's what wrestling is supposed to be, a great social commentary, a big cartoony look on today's world. But instead, you know, these wrestlers now are all serious business type of guys. Oh, let's just wrestle like little goofs. And like, no, man, let's just do that. The only chance he has is a Bella Berdici wine, all right? Yeah, exactly. Could you just imagine Nikki mad that Bree's teaming with Gable, and Gable's like, "Hey, look, Bree, if you can find someone to beat us, Nikki, if you can find someone to beat us, just try. But you can't find anyone." And then this is a good way to bring back Ronda Rousey or Nia Jax. Like, comes out and she's like, "Well, I'm not like most girls, so I feel like I could beat you up, even if you do consider yourself a woman. So how about you get these hands?" I'll be like, oh, shit, yeah. I like that. Get all the smoke. Did you hear that Brie Bella got into deep depression after knocking Liv Morgan out? Yeah, I could see that. Sometimes people get depression, sometimes people can get depression for crazy things, man. And you know what, man? If she went to therapy for it, so yeah. That's fine. You know, it happens in life. So which character is John Cena using right now? Oh, he's just part-time Cena. So yeah. Would get Ribera's in Japan. Did you get? Have you? Or oh, I haven't been to Ribera. I wish I was so lucky. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, man. That would be a great way to start the Gallows and Anderson feud, especially when Gallows is with social justice warriors and stuff. Gable, Nikki, you aren't half the woman I am. Oh. I'm glad you're liking this, Joe James. Joe James, this is what you're going to be doing too all day. You're just going to be like, man, you won't look at Chad Gable the same, man. You'll literally be like, man, I want this social justice warrior Gable so bad. Yeah, man, I saw Ryan Bader, dude, knocking out good old Fedor. Fedor's chin is gone. That chin is terrible now. Like, Bader literally hit him with, like, the weakest left hook ever. It was just, like, a simple-ass left hook. Are you excited for Jump Force, the video game? My brother is. Me, not so much. Like, I like anime, but, like, my brother's like big into it. There's a lot of good characters, like old school characters I like in the game too. But Kingdom Hearts is my main priority. Like when games come out, I look at the month of games and I say, what game am I going to be playing the most? I'm going to be playing Kingdom Hearts the most. I'm sorry, I'm going to be I'm going to have it. Yeah, man. Hey, Joe James, whatever you brainstorm, man. Like Snowdrop does this too. Just DM me on Twitter or just tweet me. And we can talk about this, man. Like I talk about this with Snowdrop will send me ideas, and I'm just like, damn, this is this is crazy. So yeah, man, if you have ideas, man, just send me. I love hearing crazy ideas, man. Would you write a promo for featuring the liberal stable Daniel Bryan and Midlife Crisis Cena, also Nikki Bella involved? John, the thing is with you is that you're just a sad little Republican. That's right. You people didn't know? The man that you loved and cheered this whole time is a Republican. Well, I don't want to say cheer, but halfly cheered. But you get the idea. Halfly cheered. Halfly. Because that's all you Republicans are. Half-minded. You guys think building a wall would be the end-all, be-all to your problems. But the real solution to your problems is figuring out how to solve the drought, making the planet better, stop processing foods with GMOs. Brian, look, we don't need to get into this argument. Nikki, you're part of the problem too. You really think Brie wants to go out there and ruin these fresh grapes for your Bella Berdici wine? Oh! Now, Brian, you can make fun of what I believe in. You can go in and tell me, but do not insult the wine. Wine is what ruins the earth. Oh, you would already get Brian to be hated on by the freaking female moms that like him. They'll be like, oh, hell no. He did not just say wine would ruin the earth. Oh, this man has gone too far. Wine is just poison. Poison like you coming back every once in a while and actually pretending that you care, John. Actually pretending that you actually want to be here, John. We all know why you're here. It's for your desperate attempt to show Nikki Bella that you care. Ooh. Oh. Make me a fucking writer, dog. This script is great. I thought that was a great promo that I made. You know what's funny? I love liberal Daniel Bryan. I'm not the biggest liberal, but dude, just so much great material. He's such a great social commentator. There's so much great material. And also because half my Facebook friends are liberal. So literally as I scroll in, I can just copy and paste anything that they're saying, and that'll be for Daniel Bryan. And it'll work. Oh, that'd be great. John, you couldn't even get me pregnant. You aren't even a real man. Oh. What do you think of the Republican stable Cena, AJ, Roman, and Joe? Well, Roman's not Republican, and Samoa Joe is not Republican either. Whoa. Cena and AJ are Republican. Now, if you want a Samoan that's Republican, you bring The Rock in there. And then you have me talking. You have all the listening. And you have Trump support them too? Oh, damn it. Talk about a stable. Golly. Yeah, I know, they're friends. Cena and Bryan are good friends. I mean, John Cena hooked him up with his agent. I think they're really good friends. Daniel Bryan's tweet where he is telling Henry Cejudo the only way you were going to get close to my sister-in-law, everyone think that was some work. No, that was a shoot. Because Daniel Bryan knows his bro Cena is still hurting, and he's watching his bros back. Daniel Bryan and Cena are actually really close friends. You can tell. Me and my friend, we Ace the Wrestling, that we joked that Cena and Bryan text Republican and liberal debates that to each other. We text that. I think they would just kind of look at me weird. I think the one storyline that Triple H would actually like and Stephanie would actually like would be a gender neutral Gabriel, but they wouldn't do it how I would do it. They would actually make Chad Gable dress as a woman and stuff like that. That's the thing. Cena comes out he comes out with his own version of a MAGA hat. He has a never give up hat. And you know what I love, man? With this channel, we have 17 people watching, and we're all coming in. Am I ever? No, no. My family's Republican. I grew up more of a Republican for sure and stuff. But I don't hate liberals. Like I voted for some liberals. Like I think Kamala Harris. I'm glad that she's running in 2022. I'm happy that she's running for the presidency. I mean in 2020. I'm glad Kamala Harris is running. I'm super pumped for that. I think that's a great win right there for the Democrats, and I wish them all the best. Like I'm not a hateful Republican towards the Democrats. Like I don't. I feel like hate brings nothing to the table. I like here's the thing. I don't agree with every idea Republicans have, nor do I agree with ideas for Democrats. People say I'm a liberal, but no, I identify I say I'm independent, but no, I identify more as a Republican because I tend to lean more right than I do left. I feel like that's another reason why I would do well in WWE. I am a Republican, so Vince and we could just have Republican talks, and I'd be pushing the moon. You'd be like, oh, you're a Republican? I thought you'd be like a snowflake like everyone else. I'm like, nah, Vince, come on, bro. No, I do agree with liberal ideas. I don't hate liberals at all. Like, here's the thing. I love Daniel Bryan's character because it's just like, yeah, man, these are some ideas I do agree with, like with Daniel Bryan and the droughts and everything like that and saving the planet. I do agree with Daniel Bryan to some regards. Oh, yeah, with Jeff Hardy, that'd be like the greatest thing. Do you realize, Jeff, how much recreation drug use you use over the years and how much dementia you had and how much you destroyed this planet? You and Matt go out there and shoot fireworks, trying to cause forest fires and acting like this is good. Look, I want to go with Matt Hardy. That would be absolutely hilarious and stuff like that. Can you imagine Cena coming out with the MAGA and the MAGA towel? He comes out with the Make America Great Again towel, and he just throws it. Oh man, dude! Because social commentaries are good in wrestling. It's not a bad thing. Like you gotta look the politics are a very serious business. But if you could have some fun with it, if you can just poke the bear every once in a while and just make it where you could go for people who are like big time politician, people who follow politics to a huge extent and everything. Like here's the thing. Here's the thing. It could work, it could be fine. So yeah. Is Brian a hypocrite for speaking about saving the planet but still wears the belt made of leather? Yeah, and that's what the great part about it is. Every pay-per-view he says, I'm going to change it. And he still hasn't changed it. And it adds to the heel character. It makes you say, man, this guy talks about changing the world, but he still has that leather freaking belt. Like, it just makes you go like, oh, like, I hope he debuts a new belt soon. I love that he doesn't want t-shirts made for him. Like, that's my favorite part of the gimmick. That you know how much money Daniel Bryan's losing doing this gimmick? He's like, he could be making a killing off of t-shirts. Like, oh my god. But no, he's like, I don't want t-shirts made for me. Like, if I had t-shirts, people would just buy them. Like, no, screw that. I don't want to kill any more sheep, hot dogs and stuff. Like, oh. Oh yeah, no, that was like, I don't know why people said that idea was racist. Like, he was just saying like, oh, I want an LOW type of faction. Like, he wasn't saying the idea was like, it's not a racist idea. It wasn't a good idea because he was like trying to force it. But I was just like, yeah. Oh, the red pill conservatives, yeah, and then you get the Rock, and the Rock comes out to like that old school theme. He doesn't come out with the new one. He comes out with an old school theme, and it has like goofy stains to it, like where it's like build the damn wall, like oh. And then the Rock says, and then the Rock won't get any fans, and then he's just with AJ and Cena support. Oh, it'd be great. Do you know how both TNA and ROH fell from grace? Because back then, those two were once looked as legit alternatives to WWE. ROH just lost a lot of talent and never really recovered. And when they did recover, it was a little bit too late because it was like, yeah, you got these guys, but most of the guys are in WWE. And plus, NXT kind of came around, and that's just ROH on steroids. So why would I want to watch ROH? Impact, it was just the stupid decisions. They had too many bad decisions that outweighed the good decisions that they would make. And Impact, yes, it has been better as of late, but just for a lot of fans with TNA, it's just harder for them to get back into it because their trust has just been broken so many times with that company. It's just like, yeah, what's up, Mike Blue T? How you doing, my friend? How are you doing, my friends? Yeah, man, like that's all I'm asking, and not just what like with like characters that are Republican or Democrat, but other characters too, other issues in the world going on as well that don't have to do with politics or something. That's also would be good social commentaries. Like a homeless character would be kind of like a good character too. Yeah, I knew magazine does never give up on the wall. Like you could say stuff like that. Yeah, no, Ciampa got a shirt though. But his shirt's old, like the Tommaso. My friend bought a Tommaso shirt just because he was. And my friend who I went to the NXT with, he bought the Tommaso shirt. I don't know if he bought it as a joke because he knew Tommaso didn't like shirts, or if he bought it for different reasons. Yeah, well, Brian's not. I like this Brian character. Brian's never been one of my favorite wrestlers. But yeah, no, AJ Styles is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. I like Okada, but he's not flippy kicky. I like Pentagon. Pentagon's kind of a flippy kicky dude. I love Phoenix, Rey Mysterio, and stuff. Yeah, no, it's just that Seth Rollins is one of my favorites. I used to be a big Devitt guy, but then he just became boring on WWE, and I didn't like him anymore. It just happens. No, but there's some guys that are just flippy kicky. That's just how they are. They're just flippy kicky. The Young Bucks are flippy kicky. Not a bad thing. People find enjoyment in their flippy kicky style. It's just not my cup of tea. And I'm not going to trash the Young Bucks for making money for a style that works. It is what it is. They found a way to make money on it. Good on them. But for me, it's just not my style, not my cup of tea. Like I won't go to an indie show and enjoy it as much as most people. And people think I'm just trying to be different. It's just not my style. Like people just need to understand it. Like I grew up watching Ultimate Warrior tapes. Like yeah, I'm sorry. Like I prefer simple shit like that instead of let me wrestle for 30 minutes and just try to make you believe. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like Gargano and Ricochet. I liked that match. It was good. I expected that match to be what it was, and it was a fun time. The only thing I didn't like about that match is like the announcers like no selling the fact that Gargano used the concrete. Like they were just like, "Oh, don't do it," and then he used it, and then they acted like it was not a big deal. Favorite non-work shoot promos in wrestling. Um, favorite non-work shoot promos, man. I gotta look back on some. There has to be one that I like. Right now, I guess Lesnar throwing the belt at McMahon and McMahon calling him an asshole. That shit was hilarious. So Brian's WWE belt would be made out of leaves or some like alternative thing? I don't know. Maybe Garbage Man was going through the trash and they made it out of recyclable cans or something like that. Who knows? Thoughts on Drunk Jericho's tweets? I don't mind if you want to tweet when you're drunk, but when Jericho said Lesnar needs to give up and lose that belly, he has no room to fucking talk. Jericho has a dad bod. Jericho has that drunk dad bod, so I do not want to hear Jericho talk. Speaking of bodies, who saw Hideo Itami's body? Holy shit! He gave me hope. Maybe I should be a wrestler, because here's the thing. If you saw Hideo Itami's body, my body's just like that. I was like, Jesus, man. Hey, Yo-Yo. I know. You want taco. Yo-Yo, do you want taco after the show? Taco? Yeah, okay. I'll give you taco, Yo-Yo. That's Yo-Yo's my favorite. I wish Yo-Yo was like Bruno and would get up. He has such beautiful eyes. Yeah, the Young Bucks. I hate the Young Bucks as people sometimes because they kind of are. They come off as dicks. Like I'm just gonna be honest. I feel the Young Bucks come off as dicks. Mo Al, the hottest current divas, Mandy Rose. But yeah, no, I feel the Young Bucks come off as dicks, but I do give them props for finding a way to get over. Like, good for them, man. Like I said, their style is just not my style. Like, it's just not something that I can get behind. It's just something I just like. When I saw it, I was just like, why are the Gen Me dudes like just doing super kicks? Like, it just wasn't my thing, dude. I just feel like also they're too sensitive sometimes, where it's just like they always have to take a joke too far. By the way, guys, being the elites today. Oh, that's gonna be so fucking awesome. Be elite. B-E, elite. D, elite. D, elite. I'm interested to see what All Elite's doing. Oh, expect me to review breaking news on the Chase Oliver channel. I'm going to be reviewing the All Elite pep rally in Vegas. I'm not going to it because they won't let me come to the shows. But yeah, I'm blocked. I'm blocked on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not blocked. I could start some stupid rumor though and make it like, oh, All Elite said I was all inclusive, but they wouldn't let me in. Oh, woman-hating character. A woman-hating... Who would be a woman-hating character? Like a character that just hates women. Who has that look to them where it's just like, oh... That's a great question. Oh, I gotta think about this. A woman-hating character... You know what? Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin would be like the perfect woman-hating character. Like I could see it. He just has that look where people already hate him. Just make it where he's just... Especially because like Stephanie put him down and stuff. And so he feels like women have treated him wrong his whole life. And he's like, all you women do is abuse your powers. Like, oh... Like Baron Corbin was just came to mind. I'm just like, he already is dressed like a neo. People already say he looks like a neo-Nazi, so people already hate his look. So yeah. Are you still alive after the marathon? Yeah, man. I'm still alive. Still alive. Damn it. I made it. I was drunk. Had a bunch of Coronas. You can have any brew in the house, as long as it's only a Corona. And so yeah. Yeah, no, dude, Kenta let himself go, man. He really did. Oh, yeah, no, EC3 literally should just be a guy that just never wrestled and is just a big pervert and hits on every girl. I agree with that, Joe James. We mentioned that, I believe Saturday we talked about that. Like, yeah, I was down with that idea. Like, that'd be so hilarious. You enjoyed the Rumble? Good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the Rumble. Super Bowl prediction? I got the Pats, man. I think it'll be a close game, for sure, but I feel like the Patriots edge out some BS. What are you doing, Arrow? Fuck. Now he's gonna fucking lick my blanket, dude. Fucking dick. That dog right there that's underneath my blanket, Arrow, he's our newer one. He's a puppy, but this guy is smart as fuck, man. Like, he tricks people. You thought it was the best Rumble you've seen? Hey, man, all opinions are welcome, man. So, if you felt that was the best Rumble, that's your opinion, dog. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, like I said. Oh, yeah, Kawhi is gone if the Raptors don't make the Eastern Conference. Like, how are you going to not make the Eastern Conference, man? Like, that's just ridiculous. What about Dean? What's the character for him? The bad husband character. How about we make Dean and Renee have terrible relationship problems? Why not? Or maybe Dean Ambrose is actually super sensitive and he needs a mom. Like, maybe Dean Ambrose is like, what's it called? Just a sensitive person and he needs like a female character to calm him down. Like you know how like some people are just like maybe Dean Ambrose is like the depressed guy. Maybe we make Dean Ambrose a depressed character. He's like a social commentary on depression in today's world and stuff. And Ambrose just doesn't know what he wants, and every time he always he's like the guy that always fucks up things in real life and stuff. Like, you know, like the bad sibling that way. Like he wants to change. Like yeah, make Dean Ambrose emotional. Yeah, do it. Why not? What do you think of Guerrero's shoot on Bischoff and Russo and Hogan in WCW? I wasn't a fan of that, to be honest. My NFL team's the Chargers. What brand has the best shirts, including NXT? What brand has that? I would say NXT, right? NXT has to have the best shirt for real. Yeah, I would say NXT. That brand has the best shirts. Who could play a racist? Ooh, that would be going a little bit too far. Like the racist character, that would be a little bit too far. But we need edgy. Where it's subtle. Oh, we're subtle. Subtle racist. Oh, you know what? Mojo Rawley. You can kind of see it, right? You need something for Mojo on TV. You can see Mojo being like you know, just being mad all the time, angry at everything, saying people like you take my spot. I can see that. You can see Mojo Rawley. Or how about we go the other way? How about we make Apollo Crews are racist towards white people. Oh, money. Yeah, well, I think Roman might return in 2020. Oh, yeah, no, Sasha was like, I'm going to win this match. She didn't even do her uhs. You know how Sasha normally when she's happy, she goes like, I'm making history, Yeah, man, like you just have like Mojo Rawley. Can you just imagine Mojo Rawley's in catering and he just says to Mark Henry, people like you that keep me down. And it's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like you're just like, what was that? And you don't know if it was racist or he's talking about a veteran and you know. Yeah, I honestly feel like that would be a great thing where it's like where Sonya Deville is like jealous of Naomi, and then Naomi's like, "Girl, why are you jealous of me?" And then Sonya Deville's like, "Cause I know Mandy likes you," and it's like, oh, and that would be like the big twist is that Mandy actually wanted to hook up with Naomi this whole time and stuff like, oh, that would be so great. Like we get a love triangle, and then like freaking what's it called? And then Naomi's like, "Girl, I'm married." And then Mandy's like, yeah, but that doesn't stop me. And it's just like, oh, that'd be great. And you have Sonya being jealous. Give me this lesbian love triangle. Incel wrestling character. What's an incel? Let me look this up. But sometimes my social commentary skills are super behind. But what's incel? Incel. Let's Google. Search Google for incel. Incel. Incels are members of online subculture who define themselves as unable to find. Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I like that. That's a great wrestling character. Oh yeah. Let's see who could be an incel character. You know what, man? What's Eric Young doing? Eric Young fits incel, right? Or just who's someone that would be socially awkward, or it's just like they're just such losers, man. So yeah. I love Brock. He destroyed everyone. He an athlete and man. Yeah, he is. Who was more pissed off? You with Garbage Man showed up or Schleg Day with Jeff Jarrett showed up? Oh, probably Schleg Day with Jeff Jarrett, man. I was pretty annoyed with Garbage Man. I was like, why is he here? But I was pretty drunk too, so I wasn't that pissed. But yeah, man. Is Sasha Banks always? Oh wait, hold up. Sorry, questions going by way too fast for me. All right. Is Sasha Banks always this pouty bitch? She is starting to be more depressed and drama queenish when she doesn't get her way. She's always been this way. It's been like this for like 2 years. I've been telling people this. Chase, it looks like your dogs are getting the best rest of their lives. Yeah, they take over my whole bed. People go like, Chase, where do you sit? Are you sit on my broken freaking chair, my recliner that's right next to me? My dogs just sleep on my bed, and I just let them. They always sleep on my freaking bed. They always sleep. This is all they do. My mom will call me like, hey, what are the dogs doing? I'm like, sleeping. That's all they do. And I wake them up like I'll take them outside like twice, and then they go outside, they pee and they poop, and that's it. All they do is sleep when I'm home. They just sleep. And then afterwards, when I get room on my bed to actually lay down, then they try to jump on me. It's like ridiculous. But I love them for it. I don't know, Degenerate. I was trying to find Mojo. I was trying to find something from Mojo, dude. We talked about him earlier. BBC. What's a BBC say? Like a British stable? I gotta know what a BBC stable is. Roman Empire. Someone telling me some people like you don't get to the top. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, no happy-go-lucky people. I'm tired of these happy-go-lucky guys. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, Bray Wyatt, like, makes a cult. And you can have Curtis Axel there just for random shit. Oh, Eric Young is the homeless character? Yeah, he's just like, hey, man, give me some change. Him and Sanity are homeless. Good luck, Lucha Libre. I hope you do well, man. It's hard. I don't know, Mo Money. I don't know why they have to make Lashley look like a goof half the time. They're like, oh, we gave you an IC belt. That's good enough. We don't need to give you anything else. Why make you look credible? Oh, Mojo Rawley would be like the best heel. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in to this long 2-hour stream. Next stream, I don't know. I don't know when the next stream's going to be. It's definitely not going to be tonight for Raw or anything. I'm not even watching Raw. It just depends on how far I get into Kingdom Hearts and how much energy I want to actually come on and actually talk about wrestling and stuff. But thank you guys very much. Fun Royal Rumble stream. First 40 minutes was a Rumble review, and then afterwards was just all random ass Q&A talk. Damn it! If you guys like what you saw, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give the video a big old thumbs up. Always helps the YouTube analytics when anyone does that. If you guys want to talk to me more, you guys can follow me on Twitter at ChaseAuber68. Sorry if I don't respond all the time, but I do my best to always kind of respond. It's nothing personal. Sometimes I'm just taking a nap and then I just forget to check Twitter most of the time. But yeah, follow me on Twitter at ChaseAuber68. Remember, guys, just like Brock Lesnar, asshole, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. And